Hi, everybody. Welcome to Your Healthier Way. I'm Lisa. I was going to make a video a couple of days ago, actually, um, on the positive progress that I have been making with my health habits, my diet, my exercise, my weight loss goals, my health improvement goals. And then today something happened that really was a crabby ass situation and something that hadn't happened to me in many years. And I thought that maybe a lot of people maybe could benefit from my sharing the story with you. Um, at least maybe turn this negative situation that happened to me into something positive that can help you guys. So, as you know, because of the stress that we have had this year and our food addictions, Kurt and I have gained a lot of weight. I started getting sick again, getting more sensitive to the fragrances and chemicals and things like that. About a month ago, I started improving, which I will talk about those details in my next video. But things are going much better. And then today I go to work, and a person who I see once in a while comes up to me today. And we're talking, and she mentions something about my face, and then she says something about, "Oh, your face looks full, looks more filled out. It looks good, you know." And I was just shocked. I was shocked that she said this. Now, this isn't something new to me for people to say that. Years ago, when I had gained weight, see, I was always known as the skinny girl, the thin girl, up until I was about 26. And then life happened, stress happened, and everything I was doing before, like eating poorly, caught up to me. So things changed for me then. But back then, I had people in my own family, my family's friends. I mean, it may have been like three or four people, but all it takes is one to really, really mess with your head and your heart. And those are people that had commented on my weight gain back then, and it was just devastating. It was embarrassing, devastating, and I never spoke to those people. I never again. I mean, like I never. I was so hurt that I didn't want to have anything to do with them, which really made me sad because these are people that I really liked. None of my family, but the friends of the family. Um, and my family has gotten lectures about criticizing people's weight. um, and looking at themselves when before they go and criticize other people's weight because they're not perfect and they have their own issues too, and we all do. So anyway, today when this lady tells me this, where I was working, I was shocked. I didn't know what to say, and I just turned around and I just I said, well, I guess different customs. And what I meant by that is that I live in America. This individual was from a culture where I have heard that it is a compliment to tell a woman that she's a little filled out, a little chunky, and that it's considered a healthy thing for a female to be a little bit more on the more filled out, on the heavier side. And that may be true, maybe for those women that live in areas where they're not exposed to media, any kind of media. In the United States, we are exposed to women should be thin, and this is what you should look like. You should not deviate from this, or it's not attractive. So even women, in my opinion, in other cultures, be it Latin America, Middle East, anything, if they live in a more modernized society with access to technology, which nowadays is like barely anybody doesn't have access to it, they're bombarded with the images of the thin woman. So I think even women who used to think it was healthy to look chunkier um, probably don't want to look that way nowadays because they've been exposed with this westernized imagery of how women are supposed to look like. So no matter where you're from, keep in mind the culture that the person is in, the culture that the person grew up in or is used to, or just the fact that why do you even have to mention someone's weight? I mean, if someone makes it obvious that they're working out and they're trying to make changes or they're talking about it themselves, that's one thing to engage in a conversation with them. But to go up and initiate a comment to someone is just hurtful and rude, and unnecessary. The person who is overweight knows they're overweight. Let me tell you, they have tried to fit into clothes that no longer fit. They have a mirror at home, I'm sure, where they can tell that they're not where they want to be. And I don't think people, when they are overweight, ever are overweight because they really want to be. They really look forward to it. Um, some of us have food addictions. We eat out of stress. We eat because the food just tastes good. We want comfort food. So I just wanted to share that with you, that if you're someone who thinks it is okay to just go up to people and make a comment about their weight. I know guys do this a lot to each other, like, hey man, you're putting on a few pounds, yeah, and all this. I think on some level it bothers everybody because it's not meant as a compliment usually. And the westernized culture of what health is not being overweight. And I think that has spread to other cultures as well. So keep your opinion to yourself. You know, people know they're overweight. They don't want to be there. They don't need you to reinforce it. You know what I did when I came home? I was so depressed and upset. I ate 6 gluten-free donuts that I had in the freezer. Now they're gluten-free, but they're 230 calories each. So I had over 1,300 calories in donuts. And also, they're filled with sugar. They're highly processed. They have a bunch of fake ingredients. But I had them in the fridge because I was having like one or two a night just to satisfy my sugar craving. I was so affected by what this individual said. Probably not ill-meaning. I'm sure she wasn't ill-meaning. Most people don't intend anything negative when they say that. They actually want to help you, but it's not helping you. So I basically had what the number of calories I probably should have had in the entire day in one box of donuts in one sitting. Oh, it was over 3 hours. I couldn't eat them all at one time. So my turning the negative into a positive is just to tell you, don't tell people that shit. Just don't tell people that crap. Some people gain weight because they're on medication. Some medications for mood issues like depression, um, steroids like prednisone for if people have like autoimmune or musculoskeletal issues, and they end up taking these medications, they're going to gain weight. And that's the really sucky part, is because they're not even wanting to eat more, but the medication increases their appetite. And sometimes it doesn't even increase their appetite, they just gain weight. It's just what it does to the hormones in the body, it just retains fat. And some of us eat for different reasons, and we're overweight for different reasons. And the other point is that this woman had no idea that I've actually been improving, that I actually feel better, and that I have been on a path to better health. And that one comment, if I would allow it to, could just send me right downhill to just eat everything in sight. And it was tempting not to have, any more than I already have today. So that's when I thought, let me not stuff down my emotions, and in food, let me express it and share this with you so that you can kind of get a different perspective on how you come across to other people, and how sometimes, no matter how good your intentions are, it's better to zip it. And allow people to bring it up if they want to, and if they want to ask your advice. I've never gone up to people. If I ever have, I do apologize. I am sorry. I don't think I've ever gone up to people and said, you're overweight, let me help you. You're eating the wrong things. Never, because I know how I would feel if someone comes up to me and does that. So just keep that in mind. Just be cognizant. It's a difficult world we live in today. It's a lot of things that are different than ever before in history on so many different levels. And we are just doing the best we can every day to just make it through life. And what we need are positive thoughts. We need encouragement. We need hope in this world, um, and not to be going down this negative spiral, emotionally or mentally or physically or spiritually. So I hope this has helped any of you who have gotten these comments, as well as those who dish out these comments. And I will be making that video on the positive changes that I have made and how I'm managing to do that. So I'm gonna go to Dunkin' Donuts. No, I'm just kidding. It helps to talk about this. So if you're ever in a situation where you need to talk about it, do find someone. Comment below. I'm easy to reach. Talk to someone you feel comfortable with and get their support. All right? You are loved, and this is your healthier way. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.